Get started.
Okay, I'd like to call the monthly Bikeways meeting to order for the month of June. We have Charlie Walkley, Paul Gazai, and Jim Ferry in attendance. The first item of business is to approve the May meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
The next item on the agenda is the Route 124 crossing. Link had traffic engineer from the Cape Cod Commission look at the intersection, and without going into too much work, the traffic engineer just suggested some signage for the crossing. They don't want to get involved with upgrading the intersection or redesigning the intersection at this time, because in 2027, the state has said to Link Hooper that they're gonna redo the whole trail. So,
Hopefully no one else gets hurt in between, you know? Because he's dead against, I don't know if we ever could get some money. Put a barrel in the middle of the road. Just, Yarmouth Dennis does that.
Yeah.
They put, the construction orange barrel and let it sit there in the middle of the road. And
you mentioned it to Link.
I know, and he keeps on shooting it down. But
I've looked at that intersection quite a bit, and I also think Link is been 110% supportive of us on everything. And today there's a huge amount of traffic out there. I guess it's summer, and there is a lot of traffic. And when you go down there and you sit there for a while and you see how that backs up, I can see how people coming out of Harwich Center wouldn't be able to even see that barrel. It's a tough situation.
Yeah.
And I personally think that the solution is rather simple. It needs to have a tunnel underneath, which I know always garners a lot of people wondering, boy, that sounds complicated, but it's a hole under the road and you shove a piece of conduit in it. I mean,
But the approach would be
yes,
a problem.
it would be. It's not, I don't mean to say it's totally easy, but what it does, it takes all the pedestrians off of that road. You could do a bridge too. I think a bridge is just more expensive, but I just wanted to get that out for the record.
Also, I received an email from a Harwich citizen complaining about the trail on Old Colony Road and crossing at Oak Street and crossing at 124. And I told her that Link has a proposal from the state to fix these intersections and fix the trail in back of Old Colony Road. She wasn't happy with that. I told her it wasn't going to happen until 2027, and she said, need to take action now. So she complained. I don't know if complaining is the right word.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Yeah,
She mentioned it. She mentioned it to Julie and wrote a letter to Julie to have read at the selectmen's meeting. Link got instructed to study this problem. So he walked the trail, and he and one of his workers painted the bad spots orange. And he said he was going to email Joe Powers the amount of, a proposal for the amount of money it would take to fix all these bumps and intersections. I have not heard any more from that.
Right.
But the Harwich citizen was not happy with 2027 being,
Yeah,
None of us are.
None of
But
us are,
It was
yeah.
nice to see an independent person go to the board
yes,
rather than us.
yeah,
They hear from us on a regular basis, so it was kinda nice to have somebody from the back door come in and say,
Can I ask you a question? The crossing at 124, would we want warnings for motorists? Is that the primary purpose?
Yes.
Because that's what I would think. The bike people, for the most part, unless you happen to be like somebody recently was talking on the
Right.
phone, right? But for the most part, they know there's big cars going back and
Yeah.
forth. It's the fellow or person
Right.
coming in up the hill and anxious to get to the beach or whatever, or just going too fast.
right,
It doesn't even slow down or wasn't even aware that there was a crossing there.
right.
well, he was busy talking on his phone
Yeah,
and listening.
to me, that seems like a rare occurrence. It's more
I agree.
the driver who's oblivious or whatever, or maybe on texting or something, who knows what, or just doesn't care.
I wanna
You know,
go-
just,
I wanna go there,
Yeah, I'm in a hurry.
you know?
So whatever we do would either, like the tunnel would completely eliminate that, but because when I first heard about this, I thought, oh, well, you know, like at Millstone, the orange thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are, I think are great, but they're just telling the bicyclist or the
bicyclist.
pedestrian, there's an intersection here that could be dangerous. And maybe at Millstone, it's more valuable to let them know about it,
Yeah,
but for the most part, we want somebody who's either, to be warned of a bike crossing there. Because they could, right now, they could almost say, oh, I didn't see that.
right, yes. And again, when that traffic is backed up and you're coming out of Howard Center, you really can't see that.
So the
No.
orange barrel wouldn't,
Well,
you might see it.
I'm still on the orange barrel.
Yeah,
And
I think that's
yeah.
a cheap
That's easy.
solution.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
know.
people are gonna hit it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
And I feel like they feel that that's going to cause more. And
I know it.
but what you're saying might be what we might say as a meeting of the minds. Let's put a barrel out for 2 hours and just watch it.
Yeah.
What happened? Put it out there at 5 o'clock and just see did it back up to? Okay, well we'll take it off. Okay,
Didn't we
lesson
have
learned.
barrels when you drove through Harwichport back for pedestrians back a
Yeah,
while ago?
yeah.
Now we have the more
Yeah.
modern, less obtrusive things there that say
I think
pedestrian
so.
crossing.
We've seen the barrels in other towns,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
you said.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Even a barrel with a light on it.
yeah. That's what
They-
what I've seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and I just wanted to add too. I'm agree with you. I'm very glad that this person brought this up, and
I think her name
we
was
all,
Chris Walker.
yeah, they. I think everybody's intentions are good, and trying to come up with an answer, and I think. Us continuing to talk about it is a good thing.
Keep in mind that the redo of the trail is gonna be in 2027.
Yes.
So it might happen earlier than that.
Yeah.
So as you're going through this intersection or those intersections, Oak Street and 124, think about how to make the intersection better
Okay. Yeah.
and maybe
Yeah.
jot it
Good
down.
thought. Yeah.
And sometime in the future, shoot Link an email saying you have an idea.
Yeah.
Because Link is gonna have to, he'll be on top of that probably a year in advance.
Yes.
I went to Safer Routes to School meeting and Link was there. And it was conducted by Mass DOT. I have a handout here of the proposed work area. And I asked at the meeting if they thought about getting people off the bike trail and down South Street. And she said, the chief engineer said that they have. She said there's going to be flashing yellow lights at Island Pond Road and Main Street, and South Street and Main Street. So, and the road is gonna be, they're gonna have sidewalks there, the larger sidewalks. And so she was thinking that bicyclists will have a better route to get there. And I asked Link if why didn't he speak up at the meeting, or what information did he have that wasn't brought up at the meeting? And he said he's been involved with that from the get-go.
Sorry.
And
Tried to get you, now they're getting me.
so he said, this meeting was about 25%. He said the next meeting's gonna be 50%. Then a third meeting at 75%. And then he's gotta go to the abutters of this work and get permission or
Tell them that they're gonna take X amount of feet of
right,
the property.
right.
So they're gonna have, right now, the proposal, 2 different routes. One by Island Pond to go to the school, and one via Main Street and down South Street.
Well, Island Pond ends
Ends
at Main Street.
That's right.
And this project is going to be on South Street and Sisson Avenue. And I don't know how they're gonna improve the sidewalks on Sisson, but they don't have much room,
No.
so.
Yeah. if they
There's
would've
pretty
went
good,
down-
pretty good sidewalks on South Street now, but they're just, they're in bad shape, but there's space there, right?
On South Street, there's supposed to be, according to Link, it's supposed to be a multimodal path.
Right.
Okay.
They're supposed to be 6 feet wide?
I'm thinking
Anyway.
more than that, yeah, but I'm not sure.
That's me. But anyway, and then I said, how far down South Street?
Probably for now, it'll probably stop at, oh, that's right, but
just-
it could come the other way, down to the school,
Yes, yeah.
And how
from
about a
Harwich
bike
Road.
lane going all the way down South
Yeah.
Street?
Along the golf course?
Yeah,
Yeah, right, exactly. And you wouldn't need that.
Yeah.
I mean, kids, if they're gonna do it right, it's not just coming from this side,
No, yeah, true,
it's be coming up.
yeah.
yeah.
Back to Oak Street for a second, if I could. You know, the little fence there, that seemed, when I'm coming up, when I'm going to the golf course, up from the library up Oak Street, the fence there, I wouldn't be able to see a bicyclist. I always slow down anyway, because I'm sort of, hypersensitive to the whole
all
thing,
yeah,
but I'm not sure everybody is, that if I was gonna make an easy change, maybe, I don't know who owns the fence or what that's all about,
Yeah.
but maybe it serves some purpose
Is
that
it
I
a
don't.
fence or is it high bushes?
I think there's a wooden fence on
Is there a fence?
the right-hand side as you're going north. It's just, and it comes out and then it slopes down a little bit, I believe. I could be wrong, but
I think the history of that is that they have worked with that person in the past,
Because it's
and they
private property.
it is.
and they
Okay,
have
yeah.
cut it down.
Okay.
I think it's grown back up. I'm not sure they would be resistant to cut it back down again. And Link has always handled that,
Okay.
which
I just was
I
curious.
think obviously he knows who the people are. So
Okay.
your point's well taken.
Just a simple possible.
It is.
Sure is.
Sure is.
See somebody
Yeah.
coming along.
Yep.
Anyway, I didn't mean to take us off the South Street thing. I just
No.
thought
I
I'd
think-
blurt it out.
That's what we're here for, is a discussion. How do you feel about doing a count on the OCRT in Harwich sometime this summer? I don't have a date, I just wanna throw out the idea, because Chatham is gonna do one at their end.
Yeah.
Do they have a date yet?
No,
I might propose we volunteer to help them do theirs. You know what I mean? Then,
Well, Bob will be in contact with everybody that helped out last year.
yeah. So in other words, the way we've done it with Friends of the Rail Trail, I think we took 2-hour slots. Anything more than that is a burden.
Yeah, it is.
An hour would be great. So, I mean, the more people we have doing it, the less time people have to do it. So I might vote on, or think it would be nice to join on with them.
Okay.
Instead of having, I mean, I know we'd have 2 counts, but
Is the counter back active again? Does anyone know? You know, the one that was right at
I think
Brooks
they-
Park,
yeah,
is it
I-
back active? Because I remember emailing her
yeah.
and it was off for a while, and
Yes.
now I don't know if it's back on.
Is it actually still there?
I don't know.
That's what I want, because I don't remember seeing it over the last month or so. That's all. That they may have
might
moved it.
removed it.
Yeah, they may have moved it.
Physically
Yeah.
moved it,
But-
but not on
But I can
our
look at
side,
that.
the last
I'll
time.
Where
I'll
was
look
it?
at that.
Where was it?
It's
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
it's up in a tree, right?
Yeah.
Where the bike path intersects with the people coming on off of the Brooks Park.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a tree, and it's a third of the way up that
Right.
tree.
Right, not too far from, the walkway that
Oh, yeah.
goes to the pavilion, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah,
that walk.
that-
Yes,
right in
Right
that
in,
area.
right in
Yeah,
that general
yeah,
area.
yeah.
Oh, it's
It's up.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think
And
most people.
once, Colleen, she just, and I happen to be one, I guess, that, I said, oh, I'm gonna go see deeper. Let's go see what all these counters and who they're with, and we haven't had anything for over a year. And I said, something wrong with our counter? He said, no, we removed it. Yeah, they only had like 10, and they're hoping
Yeah.
to purchase more of them. Because I guess it's an intelligent counter, you gotta have feedback.
Yeah.
So they can download the information and stuff like that, so it's just not a bleeper, so.
On to another subject.
Yeah.
The town of Chatham put up, or is going to put up speed limit signs. Bob Oliver said that he got an appropriation from the select board for $1,000, and he asked their DPW if they would put up the signs as much as $1,000 would take. And I noticed that on the ride today, that on a new section of the Cape Cod Rail Trail, what DCR did was to put them up at the intersections. They're not standalone signs.
Right.
Like they are,
Yeah, just
Another-
not an additional post that's there, per
Right.
se.
Yeah.
so I'm thinking we should ask Link if he could put up, and where would we ask him to put them up?
That would be my question, how many, if you're gonna say, hey, Link, and I have no idea, probably $50 a sign, right?
I don't know. I don't think I
Today's
know.
world.
Yeah, I
And
know.
they're metal.
Yeah, they're
They're all
metal.
metal signs, and
They
they're
have
all,
to be a certain
what are
size
they?
and
They have to be a
painted the-
certain size, painted black and white, yada, yada, yada. Who knows in today's world, but how many would you ask him to put up? Is, I guess, the question. We'd have to just count the intersections on the OCRT, probably one at the beginning of the rotary.
Yeah.
and-
I might say we could skip 124. There's so much going on there. Maybe one more sign might just be.
Yeah, really, how can you read them all?
Yeah, I would skip Harwich Center, because you're not gonna get up to much speed going through 124 and Oak Street, so it'd have to be beyond Oak Street.
Yeah.
You wouldn't notify them even, we'd have to come up with at least a count. And then
Yeah.
tell them that everybody else I'll word something to them, but we have to just kind of get an idea, maybe. Would Bob have an idea, on how much it costs Chatham for those signs?
He said he got an okay from the select board
Right,
to
for
spend
$1,000, but you don't know how much in
No,
each
he
sign.
said he just left it up to DPW, here's $1,000, do what you can.
In order for us to get $1,000 though, we've gotta go through CPC
I would think so.
and go through that whole process.
I wasn't going to mention any money. I was gonna just say, Link, in order to be consistent with DCR and Chatham, we would like some speed limit signs on the OCRT, maybe 4,
That's the number, yeah, 3 or 4, yeah, yeah.
and leave it up to him to take care of it.
I'd like to bring up an issue about that. I know I read the Chronicle, and in the last couple of weeks there have been comments about people not thinking that that speed limit sign was important. And I think I'll go on record to say, yeah, I think it's important, and here's why I think it's important. There's speed limit signs on the rail trail, and we should be in alignment with what's on the rail trail. And secondarily, I happen to watch a lot of videos about bikers in New York City where they have group rides with these powerful e-bikes, and they go, let's say they go 40 or 50 miles an hour. They have pedals, but they're really just to rest their feet on. And so while we don't see a whole lot of that right now, that I think that quite possibly could be here, and then we would really want a speed limit. So I think the speed limit sign is important. It's not so, oh good, let's send Fran out in the bushes to write down people who are going too fast. It isn't really for that. It's to establish.
Well, the way they got put up on the Cape Cod Rail Trail was Bernie stopped a fellow from going too fast on the rail trail. He just casually approached the guy, and the guy turned back to Bernie and said, "I can go as fast as I want to go. There's no speed limit signs here." So Bernie put that in his report, and then the state came up with the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit within a week, I think.
Yeah, they acted quick on that.
They acted quick on it, but I do think it has real potential to become a difficult problem.
Okay, so I'll send a note out, even tell him, if we say 3, 4.
I think that's the number. I mean, I think you'd have it at the beginning down there somewhere on that
Yeah,
circle.
Lothrop.
And maybe at Brooks Park rather than Oak Street. Again, a lot going on there too. And then what is it? The road Don always used to turn off to go down to his house. Near.
Oh, yeah,
Of course, that might be Chatham.
I think it is.
But so the line would be Depot,
No,
right? No.
it's further down.
Okay,
Mile
where
or two.
the cranks meet.
Well, the cranks
That's
meet at
Depot.
Depot, but
That's Depot.
there's another
Okay, so we own further.
mile.
Yep,
So there might be another road there, but
down by the water tower.
Yeah,
further
so
down, but I don't know if there's
3 or
another
4.
road there.
3 or 4 would be great.
I would think where people access the rail trail, or would get on, like maybe the Headwaters parking area would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, although
mean,
that's
some-
yes.
That's not
And
our,
I
that's
say-
not
and
our,
I
Yes.
say Lothrop, for instance.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But you need one going one way, and one coming the other way.
Yeah.
Lothrop's not ours either, is it?
Sure.
Yeah, well, I think it is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was the rail trail.
Oh,
Oh, you're right.
you're right.
No.
No, I think
Harwich.
it is Harwich, but it's rail trail.
Oh, you're right.
It's after the road.
You're right.
Thank you, Fran. Always sharp.
Sharpie. You're right.
Getting on with the agenda here, a few of us attended the meeting with Chatham, a joint meeting with the Chatham Bike Committee. And there wasn't much that was said. It, just that they had a person from Chatham pointing out what's wrong with the new trail in Chatham. He said it comes too close to the fence and something about mailboxes. And it's just,
No,
Just-
I assume we've ridden it, I've ridden it, you know, yeah, the mailboxes are close, yeah, the fences. You know, but you got an awful wide, I don't know, that's at least 6 feet, 8 feet wide, 6 feet wide.
but the answer was, it was, the trail was designed by an engineering firm, and if they thought this was gonna be a problem, they would have done something about it, so.
I did get a call from a bicyclist who complained that if you're used to going the old way and you're on the west side of George Ryder Road there, and if you cross over and try and catch the trail, it's all curb there now, and it's
Yes.
not
Yes, it
marked.
is.
It's not identified as curb, and if you're going,
It's painted yellow or orange though.
it is.
Yeah,
It is that,
Okay.
well, 3 weeks ago, I was down there and then I started heading back home.
Yeah.
And like you say, take a left, there's
Yeah,
a guy 15 feet in front of me.
yeah,
Didn't realize there was a curb, took
Yeah.
a left, went, hit down. You know, he was just figuring out, like the
Yeah.
old way.
yeah, yeah,
And he hit the pavement, he got bad scrapes, and his wheel turned, and yeah, right in the middle of the road, you know? I mean, fortunately, no cars were coming and whatever, and his wife was a little further ahead of him. So we got him up, and he was okay, you know?
Yeah.
Roads, but, you know, his cable ripped out of his brakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I had a couple of pliers, squeezed a few things together and got him kind of back on the road, but that's exactly what happened. He
Yeah.
went right off. There's no cable, there's no nothing to kind of
yeah,
warn you. And
Yeah,
he
he
says,
was-
"Hey, it wasn't, that wasn't there, you know,
Yeah.
a year ago and
Right.
in the past, that thing
yeah.
wasn't there."
I've been riding this road for 20 years.
But
you
it
know,
is painted a bright yellow right on the road, right on the top of that, so.
Okay. I
So
haven't
where
seen it
that
myself.
curbing is would be where you're riding right next to the airport.
Yeah, but I think
Yes.
if this is the airport and here's the new path alongside,
Yeah.
so he's coming down here
Yes.
and he just cut across and used to be, the opening was right here.
Yes.
I actually called Bob about it and he said, well, there's another opening up here and there's another opening here.
But not where it used to
you
be.
used to go, where the,
Okay.
you know, the little post, the bollard or whatever.
I would have hit it.
Yeah, and he he violated the speed limit himself, you know, because he wants to, and
Yeah. Yeah.
he said he slammed on the brakes and avoided the problem
Yeah,
that fellow did.
yeah,
But anyway, I
yeah.
just thought I'd
That
bring it up
was-
as long as we're talking about it.
Yeah. No, it's a good subject. I mean,
As long as it's marked, I think,
It was painted,
yeah.
and no question,
Okay. See, I didn't.
it was
I haven't
clear and
seen
it was painted.
that would help. Yeah.
Yeah,
But, yeah, he just never,
and you sort of figure people would see that it's all new there. This is a new deal,
Right.
you know,
yeah,
so you
and,
wouldn't just
you
assume,
know,
oh, it's going to
a little
be.
further up, you've got the nice ramp and
Yeah.
everything else,
Yeah.
but you gotta take a sharp
Yeah.
90-degree turn.
Yeah. Anyway.
you were gonna look into, seeing if we could get money from the CPA for bike lights. You're gonna ask if that would be an appropriate use of the money.
I was, huh? I apologize. I missed that one.
Okay? There's time.
What will we do with it? And I guess, I mean, obviously hand them out to whomever, need be, J1s, et cetera.
Well, for now,
The
we
inexpensive.
could ask if it's an appropriate use for the money. Cause there's
To
only,
CPA, CPC. yeah.
CPC.
there's only certain, you gotta meet certain qualifications.
Yes. I'm not
for the
sure it
money.
would, but
I know one time the committee asked for money for a map of the OCRT, and they were turned down by the CPC.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll send an email out to them.
yeah.
Don't forget about the ribbon cutting this afternoon at 4:30 over in Chatham by the airport.
We'll go look at that curb.
Yeah, go ahead.
And also the bike wash / rodeo on Saturday. I don't think it'll be more than an hour.
Friday?
I think it's Friday.
I think it's Friday.
Let me look it
Oh,
up.
wait a minute, it's right there.
June 21st, Friday,
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Friday. Yeah.
1:30.
Yes.
Nice thing somebody did.
Nice
It
fire.
was just,
Yeah.
it was, none of Ben, oh yeah, great flyer and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know?
Looks like-
Last year, there wasn't a, yeah, well, you gotta start slow. What was it, maybe 10 that showed up?
Yes.
Kids?
Yeah. It was, but
I think these popsicles.
Everybody
should have a higher
had-
billing.
Yeah, I
Popsicles are
handed
buried
them
in.
out, one for me, one for them.
And free. Anyway, yeah.
It's fun, yeah, weather should be good, so.
yeah, should be
It's good to
appropriately
see
hot.
the Kids have fun.
There'll be a Friends of the Cape Cod Rail Trail meeting on June 27th at 4 p.m. I think there'll be an email coming out on that in another week or so. She's pretty good at sending out, she's got a whole list of people that she sends the notice out to. The Open Cape Summit, the Open Cape Bike Summit takes place on September 18th and 19th by the Cape Cod Commission. I imagine there'll be more information coming out on that when we get closer to the date. That's all I have. Anything else?
What is this, the September 18th, 19th, open, what is it called again?
Open Cape Summit,
Okay,
put on by the Cape Cod Commission.
okay.
They're going to talk about the future. They have a catchphrase that they're using now, something 88, and it's supposed to mean 88 miles of bike trail on Cape Cod.
Really?
Yeah.
But it'll be a big deal, and like I said, there'll be more information coming out
So
when we get
you
closer
don't
to
know
that.
where it would be
No.
held or anything
And
yet?
it's focused on bicycling
Yeah.
and it's not just the future of Cape Cod kind of thing. It'll be focused on
Right.
things we might, okay, great.
If you look on her website, they talk about
Go ahead. Keep on
they talk
going.
about this Vision 88.
Okay.
88.
There currently is 88 miles. Is that
I don't
Yeah.
think so. But
Well, let's say you got 50 and,
Here,
yeah, and there's
Hopefully.
10 at Shining Sea.
right?
There is a bike trail on whatever hill that is, Corn Hill, right? There's a little bike trail out there. It's short, it might be 5 miles. I was hiking out there and I walked across and I said, where the heck am I? On this trail.
Wow.
There's a trail out there.
Okay.
And so, I don't know if that adds up to 88, but
Okay.
No, it doesn't, but
yeah.
you know, they would like to see it go all the way to Provincetown. And Provincetown would like to see it come down.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
someone asked me that actually at the Rotary on Sunday, and it was like, funny and nice. Oh, well, I hear about an extension. I says, not in my lifetime.
I don't,
I says,
Yeah.
on Route 6, they just don't want to do it across the dunes. And,
yeah. The National Park Service does not
dig their
support
heels
it.
in,
yeah.
that's it.
For what, I don't really know the reason, but that's,
We're gonna disrupt it.
yeah.
All set?
I move we adjourn.
Oh,
Second.
I got one more thing
okay.
before we
Oh,
adjourn. Just one
gee.
thing real quick. I thought I saw it on your agenda. and, was the maps, not the OCRT maps, the online map for like, and one of them was Bikeways, I'm forgetting the damn, and it was, I thought you asked to add, like, take a look at our map. There was walking trails, there was bikeways, there was conservation trails, there were like 4 maps. And I had a hard time finding it, but it doesn't say pedestrian, it just says bike trail. Wasn't that on your agenda?
No,
No. Where'd I see that?
I don't know.
What was
It
it?
doesn't say pedestrian.
Was it at the
wish-
Friends meeting, maybe?
No, I thought I saw her online.
Because she's the one that developed the online. That's why I'm saying that.
But and it said, us for Bikeways Canal. Now I'm not gonna be able to find it this quick, I know I'm not. But, it looked pretty lame. Seriously, it was, even some of the route was, it noted one of the legends to be 2013.
Okay.
Where the conservations and the others were pretty up to, looked pretty detailed and stuff. Ours was just,
What's the website, Paul? Do you remember? If you give me the website, I'll take a look at it and bring it back to the next meeting. I'll take that on.
why was I on it? Not on my phone. I was just looking at it 2
Move we
days
adjourn?
ago. I apologize. Apologize on that one, guys.
So I'll bring it back to the next
What
meeting.
about the date for the next meeting?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Good idea.
We're doing
Well,
July, huh?
We should be, we typically do them what,
Third Tuesday,
of the month? That's what I think. Because Fred brought that up and it was a good point.
right, and
Is afternoon still good? I mean,
Yeah.
one time, 1 o'clock-ish?
I don't
like
wanna make any changes until we get the committee, full committee, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I don't know if Alan's schedule is gonna change,
right.
but he's
Right.
gone to Europe.
For a couple
Yeah,
months, right,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we definitely want to make it so he can.
What would be the third Tuesday in July, do you know?
Third Tuesday in July, looks
Eastford
like
Home ever guessed? Yeah.
Remember,
16th.
Oh, okay. Really?
16,
Yeah,
That might work.
1 o'clock,
Yep,
next meeting. Can I go back to what I was saying?
sure.
I'm sorry, did I?
That's okay, no, June 16th, we're done, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
It is on your agenda, on the way bottom. Members should check out the Harwich Bikeways and Pedestrian website, suggest
Oh, yeah.
updates. And
Okay.
I couldn't find it under harwich.org or anything, and I kinda Googled it and I
Me too.
got it.
Caleb.
And I got it, and ours looked pretty lame,
Okay,
I remember, I couldn't find it either. I tried to find it. I actually did.
but I did find it.
Caleb.
Oh, you did?
Caleb is the man for the website.
Okay. We could do that. I thought I saw it on your agenda, and
But it's not through the town website, though, harwich.org. It's the
I
town
had a
of
hard
Harwich.
time finding it, so I
Okay.
Googled it, and it went right to it, kind of thing.
Could you possibly send us a link? Because I'd like to see
yeah,
it.
if you send a link, because I'll go to it, I'll take
I'll
a
look at it too, but
Yeah.
I did try to look for it. I
Okay.
swear, I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
this
sure
was a
did.
couple days ago.
Caleb's the
Yep.
website man.
What was it?
Caleb's the website guy.
Yeah, I know it. We'll get to Caleb in a second. All right, I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Go deal with your cable guy.